Princess of Pentacles, so like it show, and the Five of Wands. The Five of Pentacles. And the Lovers. Well, this doesn't look like this princess has had much of luck when it comes to a relationship. The Lovers here, there's a lot of worry and strife, fighting, being left out in the cold, being backstabbed, betrayed in some kind of way. What else about the Lovers? The Ace of Pentacles. It knocked you off course, you know, basically building a strong financial and, you know, stable condition for yourself in general. But the home life, you know, or having the opportunity, the potential for abundance was ruined. You might have been tricked. Here, you know, with the Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold, you know, like you might have been backstabbed while you were going through some other sort of issue. Could have been a health issue, could have been, you know, an emotional issue, it could have been a family, it could have been any kind of thing that you were dealing with that was already worrisome and stressful. And this person still fought with you and left you out in the cold even still. So you were heartbroken, or maybe you had broken limbs, you know, like the original card shows in the Five of Pentacles. You know, you're left out in the cold, you know, literally in the snow, barefoot, and you're like, good luck, you know, you can get a taxi down the street kind of energy. This person definitely left you out in the cold while you were already going through something else. It was all an illusion. People can put on a good show at first, especially someone that, you know, I always go with like darker personalities, but, you know, darker personalities can put on a show for so long with somebody and make you believe that they are a certain way or that they want certain things with you, just to get you in a place of vulnerability, because once they have control over you, in many ways, coercive control, maybe even physical control as well, you know, then you're stuck. And then, you know, you're basically like a sitting duck for this person. But anyway, they did their little song and dance here, and they made you believe that they were something that they weren't. And this can go on for, you know, 6-8 months, a year, or maybe as soon as you move in with each other, then he turns into the monster that he is, right? But before that, he's pretending to that you talk for hours. He tells you, you know, these little sweet nothings. He makes you believe that he's falling in love with you. It's all an illusion, and it's playing into a fantasy of what you believe in love, right? Like the warmth and the caress of two lovers that really love each other. You know, you can play into that, like kind of dangle a carrot in front of someone and be like, see, we could do that. And then once they have you, in any kind of way, you know, legally or just living together or whatever it is, then they stop with the charm and they start to do things that are a little bit more sinister. But there is a breakup here. Like there is a change from this. So it's not like, I don't think that this is happening currently. I think this has happened in the recent past. There's a lot of fighting, but you're just like, you got to pick the lesser of two evils. It's like, do you stay in a toxic relationship and let it eat away at you and die one day? Or do you take the risk and go through all the trials and tribulations that are going to happen when you leave? You know, it's not easy to leave on so many levels, but you have to pick what hard thing do you want to deal with? What's going to be, you know, what's going to be better for you in the long run? How is it going to give you this outcome where the hand breaks through finally of, you know, this dark place, and they finally touch ground again and see the light. They finally break through and change something. They finally leave, right? Or they, whatever it is. So you were disillusioned by somebody that was basically showing you that they were going to be a stable entity in your life, and it was not the case. The floor fell beneath your feet. Ace of Cups now. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. So obviously this was definitely a love connection. You know, it was the home and life balance, you know, that they were playing with you with this vision. You know, you might have thought, like, this is my person, I'm gonna marry them, this is it, I can finally relax, I can finally get on with my life, I can enjoy where I am right now, I made it, right? But this person's foundation was all false. What else with the, okay, yeah, community, home life, Four of Wands, like, it's saying it all here, like the house and the home, like you thought it was a foundational relationship, and it was not. It was all an illusion. The Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Wands. This person could have been a fire sign. He messed with your happiness. He messed with your, you know, present situation for a very long time. Like your destiny was kind of ruined temporarily. Maybe, you know, depending, you know, on a short term, because he wanted to take your happiness away from you. You know, he took it and he left you out in the cold. It's just something that was done coldly, without any heart involved. It's very kind of psychopathic, or, you know, it's just, you got caught up in the wrong situation. And this is why it's good to take your time getting to know someone. Time reveals everything. Time reveals the truth. If you are unsure about someone, just give it time. You have to have a lot of patience, and you have to be okay and comfortable with being with yourself. Because if you're so desperate to just jump into a relationship or with somebody just because you're lonely with yourself, or you're bored, like, you're boring if you're bored. There's plenty of things to do, you know, so it's just, you have to enjoy your own solitude as well while you're being patient, finding people's truths out. You know, if you jump into a relationship too fast because he's given you the song and the dance, like, look at this, Ace of Cups and the Sun, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that, right? So if you haven't had that and then all of a sudden you get it, you're disillusioned almost because you're just so enthralled by the love bombing. I guess that's what it's called right now. It's just like giving you too much all at once. Like, that's a red flag. You know, like, of course you can enjoy love from a real person that shows you real love, but it's in little drips. It's not all this stuff, like the grandiosity of it is what you have to look out for. Of course, if the person has, you know, the means to be grandiose and a gift here and there, like, it's not exactly a red flag. But if it's all the time over the top, if it's all these grandiose behaviors, one after another really fast, you have to wonder about that. So you got to take it slow. Even if someone else wants to go fast, you have to remember to take it slow if you want to know the answers of people. The Death card. This is definitely a transformational reading. You are transforming out of this. The Death card is actually a good card of spiritual transformation and new beginnings, letting go of the past, transitioning from your old self to your new self. You're transitioning away from this relationship, or you have recently, so that was really hard to do. And now you start over again with the Magician. You are the magician of your life. You are in control of your choices. You might feel trapped, but it could be a disillusion. Like, it could be an illusion, basically, of how you feel versus the reality of what you can do still. You have choices in your life. You might feel stuck. You might feel like you have no choice, but there's always something that you could do. You just have to be brave enough to try it. If it's for your own happiness and well-being, and, you know, giving yourself a new chance, right? Manifesting your real desires, you have to give yourself that chance, and you have to be the one in control to manifest. You have to be the one to believe that you are capable of getting something better.